In the games media, you get emails all the time from marketing agencies on behalf of game developers and publishers. In the indie scene, a lot of the times the developers themselves will contact you directly. These electronic letters always follow the same structure. They start by saying how great you are and how they're such big fans of your site or your channel before transitioning to their sales pitch about as subtly as a brick to the face. They talk about their game and how our readers and viewers would just love to hear about it. Most of the time these are passed on to somebody else on staff or ignored if the game doesn't look interesting or if the email itself doesn't provide any reason to read more than the first few sentences. We just get too many of these things on a daily basis to review every single one of them in great detail. Every so often though, you get one that's truly strange, shady, or otherwise noteworthy. Such was the case when our editor-in-chief Greg Michek received an email a few weeks ago from Post-Affiliate Pro Expert. As is tradition, it was passed on to somebody else. Me, in this case, who passed it on to their fingers, who then passed it on to their mouth for the sake of a video. Gross. Also, fingers don't have mouths. When I was in charge of the YouTube channel, Greg and I received a lot of emails over the years from so-called YouTube influencers and network providers. These people, like the game developers and marketing agencies before them, generally want us to cover their game, do some collaboration, feature some crappy product, or join their network so they can take Greg's money. In this case, a representative from Post Office Affiliated Pro Experiment had a simple yet strange request for us. First, they led with flattery, as is often the case. "I found your video, Free Indie Games Fall in London, and I thought you might be interested in collaborating." Already I'm suspicious because in hindsight, that video was shit. And yes, I consider someone watching my videos to be flattery. I have a very low bar. With that out of the way, we get to the meat of this incredibly short email. We want to offer you to make a review of video game, The Uncertain Episode 1, The Last Quiet Day. Grammatical errors aside, they then ask if that sounds like something we want to do, and that ends the email. Props for keeping it brief, but we do need a little more to go on than that, especially because I lied, and that's not all the email had to say. You will earn 30% from each sale. Yeah, that came as a bit of a shock to us. The brevity of the message, the grammatical errors, the fact that we've never heard of these people before, and the fact that we're just not looking for deals right now meant we'd turn this down regardless. But that line in particular was a big red flag. See, affiliate deals similar to this are nothing new. These days, most of that goes to YouTube, which is why the email was about our channel and not our website. YouTube is a breeding ground for these kinds of backroom deals. Most YouTubers are just everyday people, which is a big part of the appeal, but can also be an issue. A lot of YouTubers, especially in the gaming scene, don't have experience in journalism, yet perform some of the same functions as a journalist, or at least try to. They have no one to answer to but themselves, no editors to check their work or ombudsman to keep them in line. So it's easy for marketing firms to take advantage of YouTubers, or for YouTubers to take advantage of deals like this. That's a big part of why I don't watch gaming YouTube anymore. Everyone's either taking deals like this without proper disclosure, or they're yelling and screaming like children about how video game publishers are worse than Hitler. But this isn't something unique to YouTube. These issues go back to the days of games journalism as well. I've been in the gaming scene for several years now, but Greg has more experience under his belt than me. Less hair though. He offered a little insight about this kind of thing. This offer isn't entirely unusual. In fact, it was huge in the days before Steam. Most sites don't embed affiliate links in reviews, and instead use them in banners and sponsored content articles. But they were everywhere. 30% is on the higher end of what places used to offer back in the day. It was usually between 10 and 20%. No idea what the going rate is now. I can say that this is the first I can recall getting via Cliqist. GOG and Greenman Gaming are two larger sites that have current affiliate programs. Then there's Amazon and eBay's affiliate program, of course. He's referring to sites that offer content creators the chance to promote games by offering links in their YouTube descriptions, comments, or Twitter, or any other social media platform for that matter. How these work is that a person will click on the link, and if they buy the game, then the YouTuber will get a small cut of profits for directing the person there in the first place. For example, I'm a big fan of the Great War YouTube channel, and whenever they talk about specific books, they'll mention a link in their description, which will take you to their Amazon store page. They're not actually selling the books themselves. If you buy one, they get a cut of the profit from your purchase. Personally, I don't have a problem with this if it's fully disclosed. In fact, the more legitimate and professional sites like Green Man Gaming or Amazon will pretty much require you to disclose this anyway. The problem with the email we received is threefold really, but here's the big one. First, I was pretty confused what they were actually offering. When I first read the email, I legitimately thought they'd meant we'd earn 30% of all sales going forward, at least on episode 1. Yeah, I'm not the sharpest light bulb in the ball pit, I admit, but take a look at the email again. We want to offer you to make a review of video game, The Uncertain One, The Last Quiet Day. You will earn 30% of revenue from each sale. And that was it. Can you really blame me for getting confused? Probably, but there's no mention of an affiliate deal, nothing about who they are or who the developers are, no real information, yet plenty of grammatical errors. What would your reaction be if you got this email? You'd be really confused, especially if you don't make YouTube videos. But beyond that, one word really stands out. Review. This isn't a standard affiliate program. It's not some game developer saying, hey, just mention my game and we'll give you some cash for advertising. No, this is somebody offering cash for editorial content. If you're like me and you watch a lot of YouTube, you'll see ads for stuff like Squarespace, Audible, or whatever all the time. These YouTubers will endorse it, which again is fine since it's all disclosed, but this isn't that. This is somebody, either a marketing firm, the car that just drove by outside my house you probably just heard, and or developers themselves, more on that in a moment, offering payment for a review. But it only gets stranger from there. The Uncertain Episode 1 released on September 22nd, 2016. Greg got this email on October 30th, 2018. Video games don't typically have a long shelf life. They come out and people forget about them only after a few months, unless they're really, really special. Why the sudden push now? Well, The Uncertain is an episodic game, and according to Steam, the next episode is expected to come out in Q2 2019. They're clearly trying to rekindle hype ahead of the second episode's launch. So what do? Well, I could make a video screaming about it, but given what I just said about gaming YouTubers, do you really think I'd do that? Yes, I would. Screw everything. EA? More like PA, am I right? Ubisoft? More like UB shit. Ha! How about those loot boxes, eh? People who came up with those sure are buttholes, right? Join the Cliqist army today, smash that like button, and subscribe for more drama. World Star! Yeah, no. Instead, I decided to put my journalism hat on and try to get to the bottom of this. What did I find? Well, I don't know.
I'm going to turn it on.
I started by emailing Common Games to see if this offer was indeed made on their behalf. Unfortunately, as we previously established, I'm an idiot. When Greg passed this email on to me, I contacted Common Games straight away, still confused about what exactly they meant by 30% revenue from each sale. So one of the things I asked was what exactly that meant, and if Post-Serial Profligate Port was working on their behalf. I heard back from Serge Ermolov, probably mispronounced that, COO and co-founder of Common Games. According to him, the answer is no? I think it's a no anyway. Maybe? To say Mr. Ermolov wasn't forthcoming would be an understatement. Hi, Josh. Well, let's say that 30% of future revenue is not interesting deal for us at all. Okay, not exactly much to go on, so I emailed him back. I asked again if this post-affiliate pro company was indeed working with them, and if that 30% deal was their idea, not Common Games's. Unfortunately, he never responded. I'm guessing there was just a big miscommunication here. Either I showed my hand too early and he realized I was snooping around, and gave enough of an answer to disassociate himself and his company from this, or, more likely, because English isn't his first language, as their site says they're Russian, he just didn't understand what I meant. Maybe he thought I was asking for 30% of their revenue to review the game. I mean, if I were a developer and some random YouTuber emailed me saying they wanted a cut of sales going forward to review the game, I'd ignore them too. I realized I was a hamster running on a wheel, getting nowhere fast. So Greg and I came up with a cunning plan to send me undercover. I would speak to the dame who came into my office, tears running down her cheek, and try and figure out just what her game was. So I then sent an email to the representative at Pro-Affiliated So-and-So, pretending like I was interested in the deal, not mentioning that the co-founder of Common Games himself seemingly rejected it. Maybe. I asked them if I'd be earning 30% of revenue from the game going forward if I just did a video review, why they wanted me to review a game so old, and what kind of video exactly they wanted me to make. The response I received was just as lackluster as Imrolov's. Yes, that is correct. I will send you the details soon. Can you please answer 2 questions? 1. Do you have a Steam account? 2. When will you plan to release a video review? Great, thanks. Soon never arrived. I never heard back from this person again, even after I emailed them back asking what was up. But the trail doesn't end there. I headed over to Post Malone's Affiliated Prostate Experts website in hopes of finding something, anything, that might tell me more about these people. When I got there, I found no mention of their silly name, only that of SkyCobb. Welcome to Success Fee YouTube Influencers Affiliate Marketing! A giant title screams at you. Grammar and spelling just not B isn't B they strong suite. Just below that, they say, we make YouTube influencers talk about your product or service, which is written in a way that sounds like they send armed strike teams to threaten YouTubers. The rest is marketing spiel so full of buzzwords I can only assume is written by a B. That would explain the continued grammar issues. SkyCobb, it's an influencer marketing agency that maximizes the power of unified approach to deliver game-changing results for our clients. Our multi-channel strategies combine organic search, paid marketing, affiliate marketing, content marketing, and social media, all tied together with optimization at the core. You're based in Florida and you spelled optimization with an S. How dare you? We offer a full stack of technology-powered products and services, bringing to life campaigns that are targeted, effective, and memorable. It's all laid out in the How It Works section, which is pretty straightforward. You set up a campaign, reach out to YouTubers, and they'll market your crap, apparently forever. Talk about bang for your buck. The site then talks about a so-called success fee, which is how these YouTubers are paid. The first point mentions YouTube influencers should get a success fee a little bit higher than he/she can find on your affiliate. Yeah, okay, thanks. As fun as that was, it doesn't really tell us a lot about the company. It's not a great website. A quick search on Crunchbase shows that it was founded by Jason Spurlock in 2007, but he didn't respond to my emails either. There's a Twitter link on this page, but that takes you to some other company's Twitter that's been dead for 5 years now. I guess I'm not very good at this undercover stuff, huh? This is supposedly a professional company. SkyCobb, not Cliqist. I mean, we are professional, but I'm not insulting Cliqist. Well, the rest of Cliqist, it's me that screwed this up. You know what, never mind. The point is, SkyCobb is supposed to be a professional marketing company, yet the email I received was so slapdash with such little and unclear information, I'm not even entirely sure it was legitimately sent by them. But given the state of their website, I wouldn't be surprised if it were. None of this felt right. My nose was out in the cold for too long, and I had to warm it up. Not knowing where else to turn, I drowned out my sorrows with a bottle. Milk. Ice cold. That's when it hit me, like a bad habit on a Tuesday night. If I was gonna salvage this, I'd have to get my hands dirty. That meant taking a trip to the old broadcasting site itself. So I checked YouTube for reviews of The Uncertain, and found 5 new reviews, all published within the last week of recording this script. One of them states in the description box that they got an email from the same person that post coming up with slightly funny names affiliated that we did. 2 others mentioned that they were provided with a review copy of the game. One of these YouTubers, a Spanish speaker, didn't mention this deal at all, that they got a free review copy, that they talked to anyone from any company, or anything. I also found that all these YouTubers provided links to the game's Steam page redirected through a link for, you guessed it, SkyCobb. The Spanish-speaking YouTuber who didn't mention the deal, his link doesn't say SkyCobb on it. It's one of those Google quick link things. But if you do click on it, your address bar will show the same corny company name as everyone else. Quick update, this video took 1,000 years longer to make than I anticipated, and in spending these nights cold, hungry, and alone editing it all together, I found 3 new videos have been posted by YouTubers for the Uncertain Episode 1 since I originally recorded the VO. All 3 of them have that same SkyCobb link encouraging you to buy the game. Only one of them clearly discloses that it's a sponsored affiliate deal, and also lit, apparently, while the other 2 don't. There could very well be more of these videos in the days, weeks, and months to come, who can say? I'll be editing this video for another few years, so I won't know. Alright, back to the old me. Again, the point of these links is to track who's clicking them, who's buying the game, and from which YouTuber. If they were all given the same deal we were, and accepted, then they would be getting 30% of the sales from clicks with their own links that all 5 of them have provided. And so there we have it. A YouTube marketing firm is maybe working with a game developer to seemingly pay YouTubers for reviews. I should point out that we don't know if the reviews in question are required to be positive, or if they have to encourage people to buy the game, since, we got ignored after a while. But that doesn't matter. What we do know is that this company, whatever they're called, or at least someone using whatever that name is offering payment for reviews to YouTubers, and that some YouTubers are offering links to the game using that same company's links. I've been working in games journalism for several years now, as I mentioned, and as much as people like to come up with conspiracy theories, never once have I or any site I've ever worked for been offered compensation by a developer, publisher, or marketing firm to write a review. We've been given review copies, sure, but never before have I ever been offered financial incentive by a developer, publisher, or marketing firm to provide any kind of editorial content. I can assure you, if I were, I would have turned it down and ratted them out as quickly as I could. I knew the moment I got that email that I was going to at least write an article on it, and it turned to a video. Like I said, I've never seen anything quite like this before, and I hope to never see it again. Greg and I are also hoping not to get sued by either of these companies or YouTubers, so cross your fingers and clench your anuses, friends. Or your friend's anus, whichever.